Hey everyone, welcome to today's The Steady Trader YouTube Live. It is a new week, and that also means a whole lot of new opportunities in the market. We've had a lot of interesting stuff happening last Thursday, Friday. Just having an early morning coaching call with our coaching and advisory clients, updating them some things, and we are going to be sending out at least one trade alert today to our Clubhouse members. Now, what happened last week is what we had a so-called intra-week bullish reversal from a trading perspective. So what I'm going to show you guys today is how the so-called B2 reversal buy signal looks like, and how many of those, or I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm showing you some of them that appeared last week on our scanner. So very simply, let's head into the charts and have a look. Flip the camera around, and here we are. All right. So what is the very basic setup of a B2 reversal? Well, in order to have a B2 reversal, you need to first have exhaustion selling, and that is basically what happened last week. You can see it in this specific stock. The stock here in this case is not so important just yet. But what you can see, we had seller exhaustion last Thursday, May the 3rd. We then had follow-through buying on Friday, and that left these sort of long tails. Now, if I were to show you the weekly charts, you'd see a very, very similar setup. So basically now we have an opportunity to go ahead and start buying. In this case, this actually happens to be Goldman Sachs for a potential move to the upside, maybe into the high 230s or low 240s. Why? Because we have very, very well-defined risk down here, where we know that if at the very, very worst case scenario, if the stock were to drop below this level, which for the case of Goldman is around 227, that would certainly be our worst case scenario. And so what we did is we have the scanner where we look for these signals, looks something like this, and we find these opportunities. So all we then have to do is go through and click on these and see if there are interesting ideas. So for example, you can see this one here, which is LMT, which is Lockheed Martin. Also same or very similar setup. Let me show you this a little bit more closely. You can see, again, seller exhaustion taking place and marginal follow-through buying on Friday. You can see that also works to the downside here, but you have to have follow-through buying. That is the important point. I'll show you quickly one or two more if you guys don't mind. One of them is BLK, which happens to also be a financial stock, just like what we saw earlier in Goldman Sachs just a second ago. You have to have follow-through selling, and you can see seller exhaustion last Thursday and follow-through buying on Friday. And lastly, I'll show you one more, which is more or less in the same sort of category. It's called VMware. You can see not as much though, but again, the same type of exercise here. Follow through buying after an exhaustion selling candle on Friday. Whether we have the same signals on the S&P 500, we have the same signals in the NASDAQ 100. So from my perspective here, this is an opportunity to go ahead and nibble some a little bit on the long side. Again, this is the B2 reversal. If anyone cares about that indicator and scanner, it does work for Thinkorswim, TradeStation, NinjaTrader, and I believe eSignal. If you are interested in it, let us know, and we can send you the link where you can purchase that. Have a great start to the week, and I'll see you guys soon.